Woo! Hello, y'all, my Facebook and YouTubers. This is me, y'all. I'm telling you, I know it's been a good while before I did a video, especially about certain things that's going on. And but I want you to like this channel and subscribe. And if it's anybody that that like my channel, thank you for y'all support. Yesterday was a very, very, very emotional day for me. Woo! It was so emotional. Well, for some of you who don't know, I did a petition. I did 2 petitions simultaneously and submitted them to the United States Supreme Court. And yeah, y'all hear these big birds out here. I'm telling you. East Tennessee got some big birds, huge. So I come out here to make sure that they don't take little pingy somewhere and have pingy burgers and pingy kebabs. But anyway, I filed 2 cases, and I'll tell you briefly what they're about. I was a victim of the Equifax data breach. It went on for 5 years. I had somebody put credit in my maiden name, and it cost me a lot of backlash for that. And I waited 5 years for them to fix it, and Equifax to fix it, and they didn't. And then I turned around, I filed suit, and Equifax attorneys offered me $1,000 settlement for the 5 years that I was going through what I went through. And when I said no, they turned over my credit report account to their attorneys, and they attorneys started manipulating my credit report. So I went to the district court. District court said, no, this moved and everything. Then I turned around and I filed a lawsuit against the attorneys that they was in cahoots. They was telling me, no. The district court judge said, no, they was just trying to help you fix your credit. In the district court in Georgia, it was Georgia and New York. And Georgia was saying, oh, no, they didn't do that. You just tried, you making this up. Even though evidence, I pulled my credit report and everything I was showing. I asked the judge in Georgia, hey, these people got my credit report recorded. Oh, you just making that up. Went to New York, telling New York, hey, these people, they manipulated my credit report. When I told them I was going to sue them, they turned around, gave it back to Equifax. Oh, I've been through some things. So I fought all the way to the United States Supreme Court. And I'm not going to lie, I had a lot of help. I had people that was providing me with funds. I had people that was donating. I had people that was donating paper, supplies, money, prayers. I was tired. They encouraged me. I had a deadline. I had a deadline on both of them. It wasn't like, because they give you 90 days. And I had to really work within that 90 days. And, I had to get it in on time. And I had to use a certain type of paper, the bonding paper, and I had to use like 9 boxes. It's 500, 9 boxes. Then, you know what? I couldn't, I made a mistake, and they sent it back and told me I had to correct it, and, I had to adjust it. So that's another 9 boxes. So I used about 20. I'll say about 12, 13 boxes. And I had to buy ink, postage. Oh my goodness. It was a lot. It was a lot. So I had a beautiful caseworker. Her name was Emily. Oh, she's still my caseworker. But oh my goodness, it was so beautiful. I called her so many times. Even though when I read the rules, I called to make sure that my rules was, I was doing the right thing. Well, when you go to the in the district court, the clerk can say, no, this wrong and this and deny it, and that's it. The clerk can deny it. That's my first hurdle. So clerk brought it back, said, look, you got 60 days to fix, not just one now. One was not registered, that she made an error. She had to go back and do that. But the second one was, I had 60 days. So I had 60 days on both of them. Oh, had to have proofreaders. And I submitted it in, and, you know, I got emails saying, hey, you know, we see, you know, we send it in and stuff. And okay, now it was time for the other party. They notified the other party and said, hey, you got so many days to, you know, fix this. If you don't, then, you know, you need to either sign this waiver or, you know, answer the thing. So I was wondering, you know, what could they say? I mean, this was a shotgun justice coming and going. What could they say? So I was waiting on their reply. They never replied. So I'm still waiting. Because, you know, I'm like, you know, God, you know, what happens next? What happens next? So yesterday, you know, I was getting ready to go to the post office and stuff, and I got an email from the Supreme Court on one of them. It says that the clerk is now releasing it for the Supreme Court justices. I cried. I'm trying not to cry now. You know, I'm going to say something. It's easy when somebody is trying to stop you from your voice. You give up because you get tired. You say that, hey, you know what? It ain't going to change. The system on the change. But it don't change because if you don't fight. It's not going to change if you don't stand up. Even if it says no, at least you can say, I tried. I tried. I try to help people. I do. I try to help them. You know, even if I don't really see it, I try to help them. And it's not that I'm here to judge your case. It's just people that didn't see it in me still supported me. You know, but then, you know, I get so many emails and stuff, and people say, well, you know, I need your help on this and that and this. But a lot of times I ask people to go on my calendar and schedule an appointment. Yes, it's a small fee, but I ask them to do that because I don't want to just tell you anything and say anything, and you know, you know, I don't want to just brush you loose. I want to be able to hear what you have to say, tell you, you know what. I don't give you legal advice, but tell you where you probably would be better going. I try to give you, you know, research on how you could do your case. I try to do that because, you know, hey, it would, you know, I know how the courts is. And in fact, a couple of years ago, I think it was in 2021, the Sixth Circuit finally said that the district courts are using these tactics to delay and deprive people of justice. The Sixth Circuit said that. The Sixth Circuit said it. Oh, I almost, it's like finally somebody get me. Finally, somebody understands. Family. You know, it's so many, you know what, it's so much stuff that's going on today that, you know what, they say our democracy is being attacked. That's true. But you know what, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you're gay or lesbian, you're Indian, you were here illegally, you was here, you still have a right. I don't have to agree with it. But I don't have to agree with abortion. But that's not my fight. That's not for me to sit here and say you're not entitled to this because of this. That's between you and your maker. But you should have a choice. You should have a choice. Something happened here in Tennessee, and it brought about democracy. I'm not into, you know what, if you want to go and live in a ammunition shed with guns, that's on you. That is on you. That's your Second Amendment right. But to kill an innocent child or go shoot some place up because you don't like it, because you're not happy. Back in the day, it was called looking for another job. I don't know what it is now, but it was called, if you were unhappy with somebody, you leave. Or if you were unhappy with a job and they fired you, you go look for another job. If somebody, I went to school, and back in the day when I went to school, you would have thought it was two or three blacks that shaped our country. That was what's her name? Mahalia Jackson, some opera singer named Maya Anderson, Harriet Tubman, and Martin Luther King. Them was the only four that we were told, and they said slavery, and they talked about slavery. And but them only four. If you didn't go outside for years, I was 60s, 70s. In 60s and 70s, them was the only four people that you talked about. And Martin Luther King died in Memphis. That was it. Now you hear about so many blacks that did, and George Washington Carver. But there's so many blacks that you hear about that, that you be like, wow, I didn't know. And I'm still learning. I'm learning about black cowboys now. Next time you see me, I may have on a black cowboy hat. Woo! But the thing about it is that you don't get mad. What I was in my 20s, I wasn't in my 30s. And I was in my 30s, 40s, and 50s. I'm in my 50s now, and I see things a lot different. In my 40s, in my 20s, I would have argued with you come night and day. I'm in my 50s now. Whatever. But I'm ready for that next chapter. I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys that supported me and stuff. Now I feel like I could write my book after this and be complete. And even if I don't help you, it's some people I just can't help, for various reasons. But I always try to send you breadcrumbs. So because if I can't help you, then I'd rather for somebody else, or maybe, I can give you breadcrumbs of cases and stuff so you can help yourself. Or find somebody that can help you. That's an awesome thing. Because you know what? It's like I said, it's no longer about race or politics or this. This is about keeping up with our constitutional right. That's all it's all about. That's all it's ever been. I want to be able to enjoy my property. I want to be able to enjoy my life. And if somebody harm me, if a creditor harms me, I want to be able to be made whole again. I'm sure everybody like that. I want to be heard. Even if you don't rule in my favor, I want that process to be fair. So that even if the judge did it in error, whether he did it in malice or intent, or he just did it in harmless error, that it be reviewed and be reviewed right. So my next step now is, gotta wait for the judges, the Supreme Court judges, to say yes or nay. Yes or nay. So that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. But I want to, it's so many people that have encouraged me. So many people on YouTube and Facebook that have encouraged me. And today, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to say thank you if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you donated, if you asked me a question, thank you. Thank you so much. It meant a lot to me. Still do. Still do. And I try to give back. I really do. I try to. Because if you're struggling with a case and you don't know what to do, I was there one time. I was really there. I was there. And I know how it feels when you want to tear your side and it's like you just screaming and want nobody here. I hope I've opened up doors for people who are pro se, who are trying to scream their voice out. It's trying to say, hey, what you doing is wrong. And somebody listen. That's it. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your Friday. Because I am. And I think it's cold. I think I'm going to put on some socks and go walking. Oh, I'm going to put some shoes on too.